Well, they're coming for your Bitcoin, guys. Lots of interesting stories to share with you today, showing that actually they're kind of coming for your Bitcoin. It's pretty crazy. Looking at some of the big stories we have for you today, specifically around Bitcoin and ETF products and who is now getting access to those ETF products, the liquidity implications of that. Also, big Ethereum upgrade happening, well, tomorrow. Very exciting. Some other fun altcoin updates for you as well. And of course, answering your questions in the second half of the stream. So hang out. We're going to be talking shop, blast through the news, and then we'll dive into the good stuff, hearing what's on your mind. And of course, thanks to iTrust for sponsoring today's stream. More on that in a few minutes. So let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin today. It's doing things. $72,000. It's interesting. We're just above the all-time highs right now, about $2,500, $3,000, whatever. It's a fascinating place to be because I know there's a lot of expectation as we're starting to now cross into these new highs that we're just going to go blasting higher. And last cycle, what did we do? We crossed over 20K, went to 42K within a month, basically. But I'm not sure that's going to happen this time. I don't think we're going to go to 140K in a month. I am ready to be proven wrong. Prove me wrong, market. I'm here for it. But we still can have some nice price action between now and maybe the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving's just a few weeks, guys. It's crazy. You understand? That's like a month away. What's going on? We're already over the previous highs. So it's pretty interesting to consider price-wise where we're at right now. It's also worth noting that as we see the ETF inflows coming in, at some point, those can slow. And of course, those ETF inflows are always susceptible to risk off movements in the broader markets. So if people are feeling scared, they might run away from Bitcoin for a few days too. Remember, most of this money right now we're seeing is actually trading the Bitcoin. What's interesting too, just food for thought here. Often we have retests of the 50-day exponential moving average during a major uptrend in the market cycle. Currently, that's, well, back mid 50s. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I just want you guys to be safe and keep scenarios in mind. Personally, though, I've been looking at this interesting area. I think I'll just put this on the weekly so we can do this a little bit better here. I've been looking at this interesting area here and what this could potentially imply. Maybe we get up to that $90,000, very rough line. Maybe we get up to that $90,000 Bitcoin, for example, before we then have a major correction, because a major correction will come. I know everyone's like, but Lark, BlackRock's here. BlackRock brought their money. Yeah, I know. We're going to cover those stories because it's very interesting. But just the same that money comes into BlackRock funds, it can go out of BlackRock funds when people get scared or they want to take profits, which they will take profits. Okay. Just a thought on the price action there as we're just now hovering above those highs. Okay. So Titan of Crypto sharing this. By the way, any short-term price actions, I just would like to point out, are just that. They are short-term price actions. The overarching narrative that I think I've been very, very, very clear on is that we are at the start of a major cycle in crypto here. We're just crossing into new highs. We're just entering phase 3 of the market cycle. I got a full video coming in a few days to break that whole scenario down for you and what that means. But essentially, we are looking at a scenario where prices could be going higher for quite a long time with lots of volatility up and down. People always get freaked out about the downside volatility and don't look at it as the gift that it is in the market when it happens. And I know I keep reminding you guys about it, but I just want you to be prepared for the day when it comes. And I don't know when that day is going to be. Nobody really does, but it will come. Okay. Anyway, Titan Crypto pointing out, super trend flashed green. This is on the monthly charts here for Bitcoin. He says, this is not a time to be panicking. It's a time to remain cool and level-headed. Zoom out. The big gains are ahead of us. Just look at what happened every time previously when the super trend flashed green. 2013, the price of Bitcoin ran from $12 up to $1,000. Pretty crazy, right? Back in 2017, the price ran from $700-800 all the way up to $20,000. Back in 2019, it's pretty interesting. Actually, the super trend flipped around $14,000 for Bitcoin, and then we still came back down to $3,000 afterwards. But had you bought at 14K and simply held, you could have rode that up to, well, $69,000. Now we're once again seeing the super trend flipping green. The only question is, do you want to pay attention to that or do you want to fade that? I, for one, am not a fader, not into fading stuff. I've been in this market long enough to know you don't want to fade crypto, man. Here's the numbers yesterday, BitMEX Research sharing them. So for Monday trading in markets, and yeah, I know we'll have Tuesday's data out really, really soon, but that's just a few hours after this live stream. Anyway, $500 million again on Monday, net inflows into Bitcoin, just a casual $500 million again. It's crazy. Huge money continues coming in. Now, I also had a $500 million outflow from Grayscale on the day. So had we not had any Grayscale selling on that day, we would have had a $1 billion day. That's crazy. That's nuts, guys. Still, $500 million. $500 million is a gargantuan sum of money that buys up dramatically more Bitcoin the miners produced on the day. The Bitcoin halving is in 5 weeks. Are you seeing what's going on here? Now let's put that in context of the next few stories I'm about to share with you because it's pretty damn crazy. Bitcoin Magazine reporting patient capital management files to invest up to 15% of its $1.4 billion opportunity trust into spot Bitcoin ETFs. Now, I know what that's $200 million is not a big sum in the grand scheme of things, but how many more funds like this out there are there? And these guys are going to put 200 million in. That's a lot of Bitcoin. And as it starts to go into these funds, it's less likely to come out at a few percent price drop like it might for other people who might be getting into Bitcoin. We're going to see it locked in all kinds of funds, all kinds of ETF products. Just another little story about more demand coming. This one's very interesting. Thailand to allow institutions and high net worth individuals to access U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs. Not bad. Not bad. So Thai banks, Thai millionaires, Thai billionaires, they get to buy U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs. And this is why the U.S. equity markets are so crazy, because everybody everywhere wants a piece of that pie. U.S. equity markets are 58% of all global equity markets combined. And basically everybody from around the world gets access to those markets one way or another. And here we go. Thai money's coming. And check this out. From India, a story out of India, U.S. ETFs to be offered to institutional and retail investors across India by cryptocurrency platform Mudrex. Are you seeing it? The U.S. Bitcoin ETFs are not just for U.S. participants. U.S. markets are the most global stock market in the world. Yeah, it's all U.S. markets, quote unquote, and they have a lot of ADRs and stuff like that, American Depository Receipts for International Companies, but still, a lot of foreign money comes into U.S. markets. I own U.S. stocks through my local New Zealand broker, and probably a lot of you do too. If you don't live in the United States, you probably have some kind of U.S. stock exposure. And now people can go and buy the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, the Fidelity Bitcoin ETF. And more, we're going to see these kind of stories rolling out, giving people access to this. Up forever, as Michael Saylor says, because fiat's only going to go down the drain. And we got an interesting story on that for you here in a few minutes. Fiat's only going to keep going down the swirling toilet of destiny, essentially. Bitcoin, though, keeps going up. It's programmed basically to only go up with, 30% corrections during bull markets, 75% sell-offs during bear markets, but up long term. Any Bitcoin bought today, my guess, any Bitcoin bought today, if you come back in 10 years' time, you're going to be dramatically in profit. And when I say stuff like, hey, look, guys, look, I'm not buying more Bitcoin right now, I have my reasons. I'm playing the altcoin game and all that kind of stuff because I think it's a bull market cycle and they're going to outperform. There's going to be more opportunity there, et cetera, et cetera. Long term, though, understand what Bitcoin is, where Bitcoin is going, and the power of that asset class. Because a lot of the stuff, the hot coins of today, are not going to be even remembered in 5 years' time. Oh, we'll remember. Hey, remember that time that coin was really popular? Nah, nobody cares anymore. It's a dead coin. It's a dinosaur coin. Now the hot new shiny thing from in 5 years will be what everyone's talking about. But Bitcoin will still be there. And that's part of the power of Bitcoin. It's got the staying power of all the crypto assets. It's the one I would absolutely have the most faith in being here in 10 years. Hey, let's do a real quick shout out to today's sponsor, which of course is iTrust. Guys, if you want to do some tax efficient trading, you may want to consider using iTrust. So you can bring over your existing IRA products or your 401k or 403b or whatever retirement vehicle you've got there. And you can do 1,000 trades, 10,000 trades, whatever, and never hit a taxable event once. They got all your favorite coins. They got your Cardano, your Avalanche, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, all the fun stuff. So you can buy and sell crypto 24/7, 365 days a year, unlike even a Bitcoin ETF product, which of course is just Bitcoin, but a Bitcoin ETF product only trades Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, excluding bank holidays, boomer hours. If you want to be on crypto hours, iTrust's got you covered. They are the biggest crypto IRA provider in terms of total assets under management, total traded volume, total number of users, all that fun kind of stuff. You can also do gold and silver via Kitco, the real deal stuff, not paper junk, okay? Use the link down below in the description. You get a $100 bonus when funding your account. Let's continue. So, Ethereum upgrade. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Starknet saying they anticipate significant impact from Ethereum's Den Kun hard fork. Now, this is a very, very big situation because what's about to happen on the Ethereum ecosystem, I think maybe not a lot of people fully understand it or fully grasp the potential of it, but essentially, Ethereum layer 2s now become cost competitive. Well, from tomorrow when the upgrade officially happens, they now become cost competitive with Solana and Polygon and other dirt cheap layer 1s. Ethereum layer 2 is about to get very interesting because Ethereum layer 2, it's not that cheap to use. It's not like Ethereum. I paid $120 on Uniswap the other day. What is that garbage? That was on Ethereum layer 1, by the way, which is completely broken and screwed up. And what is going on? They need to fix that crap. And unfortunately, the Den Kun upgrade doesn't really fix that. It may add a bit of relief because we're going to see less demand on the main chain for data from all these layer 2s as the data has been put in a blob, and we have a whole video on it. Go watch that. We did a great breakdown of it the other day. Anyway, it's really good news for layer 2s, and I'm primarily on layer 2s these days, but there are still every once in a while some crap that you have to do on Ethereum layer 1 because for some reason people are still using Ethereum layer 1, and I got to go over there and do something with it for some reason to do something. So it still happens from time to time, but most of what I do these days is on layer 2. Linea, ZK Sync, Scroll, Arbitrum. That's where I'm hanging out on chain, and Solana. My primary hangouts on chain right now. But even layer 2s have had like $2 fees, $3 fees, which, you know, $2-3. Yeah, okay, it's not a big deal. But compared to Solana's 1 penny, it feels a bit high. So we see why Solana has been so popular with regular people as they come into the market. Where do you want to pay your fees? Place where you can pay a penny, or a place where it's going to cost you $2, or a place where it's going to cost you $100? Obviously, everyone's going to choose a place where it costs a penny, but that's now going to be the Ethereum layer 2 ecosystem, which is very exciting. That has great implications for stuff like Base, right? Coinbase is layer 2. They can now onboard people there dirt cheap, and all the other layer 2s. Okay. Hey, here's a fun story to share with you. Apparently, Drake is posting Bitcoin memes over on his Instagram. He's got 150 million followers. Yeah. Interesting. Why not? Mainstream people are starting to talk about Bitcoin a little bit more. So that's interesting. We're going to see a lot more of that celebrity endorsement. Now, look, Drake, to his credit, he's been a Bitcoiner for quite a while. He's been into crypto for quite a while. He's made all kinds of giant Bitcoin bets, and he's more of a somebody who's a famous celebrity, but also is and has been into crypto. So I don't look at this as like, oh, it's a major top signal. Like, I don't know, man. When like Just random celebrities that have nothing to do with crypto, have never had anything to do with crypto, start talking about crypto, like Katy Perry back in 2017. Top signal in hindsight, obviously, but she painted all of her fingernails with different cryptocurrency logos. This was like series like January 3rd or some crap, like right at the top of the market. She was not a crypto native. She was a crypto tourist. Drake's crypto native, but still great to see more publicity for Michael Saylor's message, man, because that guy's just relentless bull, man. Holy crap. Big moves right across markets this week, by the way. Big moves for stuff like Avalanche, $55. Welcome back to the party, man. We're going to continue to see big moves across the market for all these altcoins, which are going to catch up. Remember, a lot of the stuff still dramatically under its previous highs. Bitcoin only now starting to find price discovery again. Ethereum still 20% under its highs. Most altcoins still dramatically under their highs. Many of even the top coins are still like 75%. Crazy. Max G, it's not a coin. There's no coin. It's Coinbase's layer 2, which is called Base. So you have Optimism, Arbitrum, Base. BASE, not bases in the bass guitar. But there's no coin yet. And they keep saying there's not going to be a coin, but there might be a coin. Let's see. We shall see. Hey, Solana, by the way, all-time high on Solana wallet addresses, more usage, non-voting user transactions, and Ethereum, Arbitrum, Optimism, BNB, Tron, and Avalanche combined, which is interesting. Which is pretty interesting. I saw somebody asking a few minutes ago, by the way, Lark, have you bought a bunch of Solana yet? You know, you seem increasingly bullish on the Solana ecosystem, and I am increasingly bullish on the Solana ecosystem, and I should have bought a big bag of Solana. Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. All the coins are going to go up, and I'll be fine not having a giant bag of Solana. Certainly at the current prices of Solana, I think it's a less attractive buy. Realistically, if I want to put my money fresh cash into something, I'm not really looking at top 10, top 20 coins. Why do I want to buy even more AVAX? I got a big bag of AVAX. I'm holding it, chilling, staking it, loving it. But why would I want to buy more right now? I mean, yeah, okay, you'll get some nice gains, but if you go a little bit further down, there's some huge beta plays. Now, I was actually thinking about Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, it's the big daddy right now in terms of apps on the Solana network. So it's where it's number one for perpetual swaps right now. It's the biggest DEX actually of all crypto, many days ahead of even Uniswap. By the way, not all days, but you'll see it consistently build up where Uniswap will have fewer and fewer days as number one, and Jupiter will have more and more days as number one. They've got a massive launchpad, all this kind of stuff. They're sharing fees back with launchpad voters. Look, there's a lot of interesting things, and they have talked about turning on the fee sharing switch for the actual exchange at some point in the future too. So I look at the Jupe token, which I've been buying more of, and I might even buy some more of again, especially if there's a nice big pullback. But I've been buying more of that basically on the thesis that, holy crap, look at all the fundamentals behind it. Look at the volume. Look at everything that it's doing right now. Look at the hype building behind Solana right now. And Uniswap went to $25 billion market cap last market cycle just as a governance token that didn't actually do anything and had no incentive structures at all built into it. And Jupiter, now valued at 1/25th of that, has all this stuff going on. Just a thought. Can it be a 20x from here? I hope so. That'd be great. We'll see. We shall see, of course. Hey, I wanted to share this with you real quick as well, and we're going to dive into your questions. Brian Armstrong sharing from this, which is Robert Sterling saying, this is the scariest chart ever made. Look at this bad boy. This is every colored bracket on here is $1 trillion getting added to the national debt in the USA. You're adding an extra $1 trillion every 90 to 120 days right now. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. You cannot continue this situation. What is going on in America is completely unsustainable. You cannot have $34 trillion of debt. And as Brian Armstrong says here, he says, this is in part why Bitcoin matters. It's a return to the gold standard that we left in 1971, a return to financial discipline. Bitcoin will be an important check and balance on excessive deficit spending, which is essential to the USA and the dollar to remain strong. You have to save yourself. The government is not coming to save you. And that's an interesting thing to keep in mind as we get all euphoric about dog coins and all this bullshit pumping, right? When you make your money on your dog coins, when you make your money on whatever other shit coins you're gambling on, okay, what do you do next? You want to, and we made a great video on this, by the way. I think was it yesterday? Check it out. It's a really good video. We're trying to give you guys all kinds of great educational information here, and I hope you're appreciating that. But what do you sell into? Fiat's garbage. The US dollar is going to be like toilet paper in a few years. They're devaluing it so much and so fast, and that debt bubble is unpayable. It's a completely untenable situation. The USA is heading towards some kind of financial crisis, and I don't know when that happens, but it will happen. And it's going to be terrible, and I really wish that it wouldn't happen, because it means a lot of people are going to suffer, and it sucks. I hate it. I hate that these corrupt-ass politicians screw everybody, and there's no repercussions for them. You know, it's funny. You vote for them, you pay their salaries, and then they immediately betray you and sell you out. And then people keep voting for these people. I just don't get it. It's an insane world. And you're not going to be able to rely on the government to help you. Government can't figure their own damn books out. And it's not just America. This is a systemic problem right across the world. Governments aren't going to be there to help you. Your pension fund is not a guaranteed thing. You hope that it's going to be there. You really do. But I wouldn't count on that. How many times have governments screwed people on their pensions? Or, hey, guess what? Yeah, you're getting your pension. You're getting $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month for your pension. But the problem is that $5,000 buys you like a week's worth of groceries because the dollar's been devalued so bad. You might say, well, that's kind of crazy, man. Come on, dollar's not being devalued that bad. Hey, go back 10 years, man. See what the dollar buys versus the day. Then tell me it's not being devalued. And it's been devalued more in the last 3 or 4 years than it's been devalued in the previous 50 years. Anyway, this is part of the reason why we Bitcoin, guys. Okay. Hey, by the way, real quick note as well. Obviously, if you're not signed up to the newsletter yet, guys, you got to sign up to the newsletter. Best damn newsletter in crypto. You'll find a link for that down below in the description of the video. So check it out. Pinned comment on X as well. Every single week, we are sharing the latest, hottest alpha in the market, airdrop alpha, NFT alpha, altcoin charts, altcoin deep dives, and much, much more. You can join our 100,000 plus weekly readers for free. So check it out. So grab yourselves, dipping off screen there to grab myself a delicious Perrier. When you're feeling thirsty, Perrier. Let the soft bubbles refresh you. Jokes, guys. Jokes. But seriously, grab yourselves a drink, relax, let's talk shop. Okay. Any ideas about XRP? Not really. Not super into XRP. I know some people are like, Lark, why don't you talk about XRP? Like, I just don't care, man. This is, no hate. I hope you guys make lots of money in XRP. I really don't care what coins you guys are making money on. If you're making money, then I salute you. But what's going on with XRP? I really have no idea currently. I don't keep up to date with what's going on there. We are going to do an explainer video on XRP in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that. For those of you who are interested, it's just a no BS take. What's going on with XRP? What's the use case? Pros, cons, all that BS. But yeah, I don't have a good opinion on XRP currently because I just don't spend much time thinking about it or pay attention to it. Colin, one day you'll get your Perrier sponsor. Like I told you guys, somebody actually wrote Perrier. So you got to sponsor this guy. This is jokes, guys. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Cassian says, I read that our unfunded liabilities are around 108 trillion of money that we don't have and have no means to pay off. It's just, I'm not sure if that's the right number or not, but regardless of what the actual number is, it's a mess. And you can't keep having a situation like that just forever and ever and ever. At some point, the piper has to be paid. And when the piper has to be paid as an individual citizen, The only person who's going to help you when your government's bankrupt and there's chaos in the streets and all the other bullshit, the only person who's going to help you is you, maybe your friends and family. In fact, if you've positioned yourself well enough, you're going to be the person who's going to be able to help your friends and family. And that's a powerful position to be in. That's the kind of position you want to be in. You don't want to be the person looking for handouts. You want to be the person looking to help other people when shit goes down, because it will go down. It's only a question when it goes down. And if you look at some places nowadays, you already feel like the shit's already kind of starting to hit the fan. You got to take care of yourselves, guys, and that is part of what is so powerful with crypto, because this period right now, obviously the last 12 months have been a major accumulation period. We're exiting that. Now we're heading towards the next phase in the market. We're hitting the phase 3, which is an interesting volatile phase, big markup period for the markets. But this is your chance to get rich and secure your financial destiny, secure your financial freedom, and do what's best for you and your family to make sure that you're protected against the chaos of the world. Because as exciting as all the technological innovation, all the great things happening in the world, we are facing increasingly turbulent times as these debt crises come to an end and stuff. Go read some of the stuff by Ray Dalio. He breaks a lot of the stuff down in very great detail, and it's hard to argue with some of his thought process on it. Okay. Mr. SWJ 2009 says, Lark, thinking of plowing 20% of altcoin profits into Bitcoin to hold long for the next big bull run. What are your thoughts? We are currently in the bull run. The next big bull run, next markup phase of this particular bull run. Or you mean all altcoin profits in general at the end of this cycle? It's hard to say what exactly you mean there. A little more details would be good. But look, in general, altcoin profits into Bitcoin, not a bad idea. We'll just put it that way. I will continue to put altcoin profits back into Bitcoin. I haven't recently. I've been mostly putting more of my altcoin profits back into more altcoins to try to continue to run everything up. There'll be a time when that is not the case anymore. And certainly in the next bear market cycle, I'll be looking to accumulate more Bitcoin. Regardless of what the price is at the bottom or near the bottom, I'll be getting more. Because why wouldn't you? And that'll be done with some of the profits that I achieve from selling altcoins in phase 4 of the market cycle. Hey, Lark, is Denkun going to be another sell the news event? I feel like the Denkun upgrade for Ethereum hasn't even really had much hype around it. If it was the only thing happening in the market right now, maybe you could say that. But because I don't really hear very many people talking about it in respect to like, oh, it's going to be such a big thing for Ethereum and stuff like that. I mean, it is, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a sell the news necessarily. But what would be a sell the news, because it's actually bad news, would be if the Ethereum ETF gets denied. That would not be great. And that could actually be between now and May. That could actually be the thing that brings the markets down by 30%. Because imagine that SEC comes out denied, Ethereum ETF denied. Markets would panic. Because that'd be bad news for not just Ethereum, but potentially for all altcoins. People would freak out. Markets go down. Great dip buying opportunity. We grind back higher. But short term, people are going to freak out because that's what they do. Okay. Tony's drinking a hot tea. What up, man? I dig it. I enjoy a good Earl Grey myself. Wife's more for those herbal teas without any caffeine in them. Hunter says, so instead of selling for fiat, do we sell for USDC and hold that through the bear market? You know, fiat's a funny thing because it's got its time and place. It's not that fiat, you can't have any fiat or anything like that. You just have to understand that you're not going to get rich by holding a giant bag of cash. You're not going to get rich putting your cash into the bank. Now, if you're already rich and you cash out, $10 million. You still need to do something with that. You're just going to sit with $10 million and let it just deflate away. Probably not. You're going to want to invest that in property and stocks and business and whatever to keep the cash flow moving. But in terms of what are you going to do throughout the bear market, USDC is fine. My personal plan is I'm going to take a huge amount of the cash just completely out of the market, put it in banks, stocks, real estate, stuff like that, diversify it around a little bit. I will keep a good chunk of USDC, maybe 20, 25% of the profits, something like that in USDC to reposition myself in the next bear market for the next bull market cycle after that. Bit Forex confirmed rug pull. I have no idea, man. No idea. That's interesting. We're gonna look that up after the stream here. But man, if it is, and I have no idea, to be honest, I don't know what's going on there by any means. But guys, be careful. Be careful on all these random freaking exchanges out there by all means, and don't treat any exchange, no matter how reputable, as a bank, because it's not a bank. Crypto lets you be your own bank, and those intermediaries, the exchanges, don't let them become the neo banks. Okay? There are marketplaces. You get in, you buy stuff, you leave. Okay, you wouldn't leave your wallet sitting at a marketplace, busy farmer's market, something like that. No. So why would you do it at an exchange? It's not a vault. It's not a bank. It's marketplace. So I have no idea what's going on there, man. I'll look that situation up a bit later. Okay, let's get caught up in the chat here. We're a few minutes behind. Matthew K from here. Link, nice safe Forex. I'm not going to use the word safe. Nothing is safe in crypto. This place is chaos and it's risky, and you can lose all your money in a very, very quick amount of time. Okay, never forget that. If you ever want to see a full risk statement or my full portfolio disclosures, check in the description on YouTube or the pinned comment on X. Now, my personal opinion, I think we go to $140 for Chainlink this cycle. That'd be a nice 20x for me personally. That's why I would love to see $140. But hey, I don't know. Nothing is for certain in this market by any means. It would be a great price target to hit. Maybe I'm not bullish enough. I know a lot of the Link Marines are going to say, dude, you're not even close bullish enough. It's going to $1,000 a coin. I have no idea. But I'm bullish on Chainlink. I got a big bag. And I know it's kind of one of those nerdy coins, and I showed it's invested in a dog coin because everybody likes dogs. They don't like nerdy technology like CCIP and RVF and all this cool stuff that Chainlink does is actually really super important to the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. They just need to put a dog picture as the logo, man. It would solve all Chainlink's problems price-wise. Tommy, do you have any render? No. And of course, again, you can always see that in my portfolio disclosures. If you're ever wondering, hey, what's in Lark's bag? Go look. We update it every week. No render. Like AI coins, I've got a few AI plays, some lower cap stuff, some pre-sale stuff, some private round investment stuff. And you can see all that stuff again on the disclosures page. But no render. I've been considering buying Golem. We'll see. Think about that. We actually have a report coming on that in the Wealth Master newsletter this week for Golem. And I'm actually going to wait and read that. Have a little dive in there and see what Jesse's got to say about Golem, and then I'll make a decision whether I want to buy some Golem or not. Might be the final coin for the AI kind of deep in portfolio there. All right. Night Strike. Here's some alpha for you. Rose is gonna pump. Rose already has pumped, man. It's up to like 20 cents or something like that right now. It's nice. Axelar and price discovery. What are your thoughts? Highly underrated coin, Axelar. Very important piece of cross-chain infrastructure. So I got a big bag. It's chilling. I'm waiting, seeing how it plays out. But so far, so good. Will it get more attention from the broader market and really moon hard? Hard to say. That Binance listing definitely got it a nice pump up, and it's stayed up. So that's good so far, but we'll see how it continues to move forward. Okay. Sanjay says, why would you not hold render? How dare you not own my coin, Lark? Bastard. Jokes, man, jokes. Look, I cannot own every single damn coin in the market. This is why I do not hold render. You can't own them all, man. This is not Pokemon. You do not need to catch them all. Okay? I actually feel like my portfolio is too big all the damn time. I'm constantly trying to think, okay, how can I optimize? And I'm cutting out a few small positions, stuff that haven't, just kind of been there for a while. It's been chilling, like, got just a few grand or whatever. And this, who cares? Just see you later, man. Don't even need, you're occupying mental space. You don't need to occupy, take it and buy more jupe. basically. But look, you can only own so many coins at the end of the day. Render, great coin. Just did a review on it. It's actually really, really impressive, I think, Render. Although I'm looking at Golem because, hey, if Golem catches up to Render, that's a much bigger percentage gain. And that's, of course, at the end of the day, what we're here for. Okay. Where are we up to? The Temple of Jupiter. It's a great name, Jupiter. Great planet. Great planet. Beautiful planet, folks. Great planet. Some people say the best planet. Are we expecting a big dip before the halving? Nobody knows. It's all chaos. In normal market circumstances, you'd say, yeah, there's probably going to be some dip or maybe a run up before the halving and then a dip straight after the halving. Actually, maybe a post-halving dip becomes more likely just based on all the sort of stuff around buy the rumor, sell the news. But again, Bitcoin ETFs, Wall Street, they don't care about the Bitcoin halving. They're just aping because they ape. Wall Street apes. Are you going to retire from YouTube after the big cash out? No, but I'm continuing to say, I'm telling my wife, she's got to hold me accountable to this. I'm going to take like a 6-month break, or well, mostly a break. I'm going to pop back in and do the occasional video, but when the bear market comes again, I don't need to be around for that crap, man. I'm just going to chill. We're going to take a break, 6 months off, refresh the brain a little bit, maybe go traveling a bit with the wife and the kids. We'll still have the newsletter and all that stuff running, but in general, I'm going to take a little time off because screw it, why not? And I keep mentioning it, so I hold myself accountable to it. There we go. 1 or 2 more here, guys, and we're going to finish up for today. Michael says, hey, sorry, late to the party. When the halving hits, does crypto usually dip and go into phase 3 for a while and then phase 4 starts with massive pumps? We're essentially in phase 3. Way I look at this, my ideas here. Phase 3 in the market cycle is essentially when you've crossed into a new all-time high. Now, previously that happened post Bitcoin halving. This cycle obviously is happening before the Bitcoin halving, which leads a lot of people to say, hey, accelerated cycles, the top's going to be late 2024. Nobody actually knows. We're all just throwing out theories here, right? But usually you see a bit of a price dip post Bitcoin halving, but we don't know if that's going to happen this time or not. But phase 3 is the phase of massive pumps. And phase 4 is really you got to sell it and get the hell out. You have 4 to 6 weeks of phase 4 essentially. And that's when all the usual stuff. Again, guys, Coinbase app top 5, massive euphoria, Jimmy Fallon buying $1 million NFTs, all this kind of crap. They're going to put a hat on the sphere for dog whiff hat and all that kind of stuff, right? These are the kind of things to watch out for. These are your warning signs. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin mining companies? Interesting beta plays for Bitcoin. They've actually had some pretty awesome performance too versus Bitcoin. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Don't own any Bitcoin miners. My only real crypto stock right now is Coinbase. I was thinking about buying some Marathon stock and I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy more Coinbase. Just concentrate all the money into Coinbase because I know, I have a strong feeling and a hope that it goes to $1,000 per Coinbase stock. If that happens, happy days. Sell it all, dump it all back into dividend stocks and chill. It'll be great. All right. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Great question, Karen. And we'll finish up on this one because I hear this a lot and it's a very interesting question. Look, at the end of the day, nobody knows. She asks, do you really think that Wall Street will let Bitcoin go into a huge bear market or will it stay a store of value? Now, you have to put this in the context of other asset classes. And I know Bitcoin's a unique asset class and its fixed supply is different. But remember, BlackRock, Fidelity, all these characters, who are they selling Bitcoin to? Well, they're selling to other funds and there's institutions and stuff coming on board and family offices. Yes. But a lot of it is just to regular kind of people. They're calling up their clients who are dentists and lawyers and real estate agents and whatever, company owners. They're saying, hey, man, you heard about Bitcoin? You want to buy one? And the people are buying it. Those same people, when they see the price go up, maybe 100%, they go, wow, I made 100% on this Bitcoin thing. That's pretty cool. I'm going to sell it because I don't give a crap about get Bitcoin. I just know that people hype it up and it's great. So I'm going to sell. And if you want to think about the world's biggest stock companies, what's it? Facebook. Wasn't it down like 70% or something in 2022? 70%. And people would have told you, wow, it's Facebook. There's no way it's possibly going to have that kind of pullback. Amazon, look, Amazon's had 2, maybe 3, 90% pullbacks in its lifetime. And dozens of 50%, well, not dozens, but certainly quite a few 50% pullbacks. Gold had a 55% drawback or something like that. Huge moves. These things can happen. So anybody saying there's never going to be another bear market because Wall Street's here and Wall Street money's here, no. Bitcoin remains a store of value, but a very volatile one, and one that's in price discovery. Now, in 15 or 20 years, maybe we can talk about, well, those days of super dramatic bear markets are over. But even then, you wouldn't think, okay, gold went down 50%. It pumped up to a $12 trillion market cap and then dropped down to a $6 trillion market cap over years, right? Gold moves much slower, but still happened. So food for thought, right? Food for thought. Don't let this sort of narrative convince you not to take profits when the time comes. I'm not saying you have to sell your Bitcoin, but what I am saying with your altcoins, there will be a bear market. Bitcoin will go down too. I'm going to hold my Bitcoin through that bear market because I can and I'll be fine. But you have to keep in mind here that when that bear market comes, and it will, you got to get out. You got to run for the exit. And everyone's going to be telling you it's a super cycle. And look, Wall Street's here. So there's not going to be any more bear markets. Prices are never going to go down like this again. No, they will. Of course they will. And they've done it in stock markets and in metals markets and other commodity markets. There's always bear markets. There's always dramatic drawdowns. And Bitcoin's not going to be an exception to that, because when risk off attitudes come in the market and people start selling their tech stocks and all that kind of stuff, they're also going to sell their Bitcoin. Because the vast majority of people buying Bitcoin ETF products, they're not here for the revolution. They're not here for Satoshi's vision or any of that kind of stuff. Many of them are just here because they have been told to buy Bitcoin. And that's great. But keep an eye out for what it actually is. Guys, you're awesome. Great question. Thank you so much for joining today. Talking shop. I love it. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.